Good afternoon, everybody. It's Thursday at noon, and you're here with me creating Your Healthy Truth with Barb. And I just ran up the steps. And I wanted, it's funny. I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, business conversation, and she was talking about something with a client, and she said, I finally found my voice. And I thought about that, and I said, that's really an important thing to talk about because a lot of us have struggled with finding our voice. For whatever our reasons are for not having it, they vary from person to person. But I know that's a struggle that I've had too. And although people who know me would think, what do you mean you can't find your voice? You always got something to say. And that's kind of true. I do have opinions, and most times I don't have a problem voicing them. But when it pertains solely to me and what I'm presenting or what I'm feeling, depending upon the group I'm with, sometimes it can be very intimidating and very difficult for me to do that. I had a business associate once, and we were going to do something together, and it was really not going in a way that felt right to me, And because I had the utmost respect for this person, and was excited to do this with her, I had a really hard time saying, this is not working out for me, and because it's tough when you respect someone, and she's been in the nutrition world for years, and but I did have to say what I had to say, that it wasn't working out. And I did it, and I hung up the phone, and I cried my eyes out. It was so hard, to do that. And I know when I work with clients too, a lot of it, because a lot of the overeating, and the stuffing and the gorging is directly related to not having a voice or finding your voice. Some people are intimidated, they're frightened. A lot of times, when we're little, we're like, yay, big. We get these messages, speak when you're spoken to. I had another client whose stepmother told her when she was 4, although you're pretty, you'd never be smart. I had another one who ate to be invisible and was so intimidated because she had gotten beaten up in the bathroom, when she moved from Texas up here. And, people have all kinds of situations that happen to them. And then they become gun shy. Hey, Darlene. And then they don't want to take the risk of putting an opinion out there in fear of being judged and fear of being laughed at. And, there is no quick fix for that other than going through it. There were times when I had to do it, and I'm telling you, I shook from head to toe. My heart was beating. I thought I was going to have a breakdown, but I did it. And each time I did it, I got more confident and I felt stronger. So after having that conversation with a friend of mine, I thought, you know what? Finding our voice is not so easy for some, and it really depends on what the situation is, and what risk are you taking to do it. I had one who would sit around the conference table at work and would never contribute to the conversation because she was just that afraid to put herself out there. And yet there are those of us that may look at that and say, well, what's that about? That's no big deal, but we don't know what experience other people have gone through and how that has developed. So I just wanted to put that out there, that I know for some that it's not easy. And, if we can take baby steps and just know that if we're frightened to do it, you're going to be frightened when you do it. That's for sure. But each time you do it, you get stronger and you feel more confident. And boy, when you can find your voice and express it in a way that works for you and the other people on the other side, because that's another thing, you know, I really had no problem saying what I needed to say, but there were times when, you know, I could have said it differently and had a totally different outcome, you know. And I am a work in progress, and I know that about myself. Much better than I was, I can tell you that. But it's taken me a long time. I mean, geez, I mean, I'm in my 60s now, and some of these situations were like 3, 4 years ago. So, you know what I mean? It takes whatever it takes. And, you know, the old saying, when the student's ready, the teacher will appear. Well, that's kind of like how it goes. And I'm always becoming more and more aware, you know, and I always try to, you know, think twice, you know, or run it by somebody. And other times I feel the way I feel, and I have no problem saying it, you know, and I feel okay about it. But it's those times when you do and you kind of walk away like, eesh, you know, did I do that okay? Or, you know, so it's really important to find it, but then to be able to express it in a way that's helpful to you and the other person, you know. So anyway, I know it's not easy. Trust me, I know it's not easy, but just know when you start, it's going to be scary. But once you get through it, God, I can remember when I had to do my first talk with my business coach in front of like 200 women, my peers. I was so nervous. Oh my God. And I got up there, and it was only like a 3-minute gig, you know. And I got up there on the stage and I did it. And I must have been so tightly wound that as I walked off the stage and down the steps, I burst into tears and I couldn't stop sobbing. I was like, oh my God. And it was just the release of all that tension, you know. But each time I got up to speak, and of course I do a lot of public speaking, well, when we can be in public, I'm hoping that changes soon. You know, I was more and more comfortable. I would get nervous ahead of time, but it was like, I expect that, you know. But once I would start to talk, it all went away. So I've had that experience to know that I can be freaked out the first or a few times, you know, first 2, 3, 4 times. But after that, I know it does get better. So that's it. So I just want to wish you well in finding your voice. And you know, sometimes therapy is a big help for that, you know, to be able to speak with someone. And, you know, a lot of that sometimes is that we don't trust ourselves. That's what I learned, that big lesson with that woman I was going to do some stuff with, some work with. I wasn't trusting my own instincts, you know, and, you know, once you trust that how you feel is true for you and that there's nothing wrong with it, you know, or that you're not perceiving anything wrong, it makes all the difference in the world. So I'm now better able to say things at the time rather than stuff it, you know. So anyway, that's pretty much it. If I keep doing, I'll just be rambling, but I think you get the gist, you know. So anyway, wish you all the best with that. And hey, Darlene, thank you. Michael, how you doing, Michael? I'm just wrapping up here, buddy. But anyway, I know you don't have a problem finding your voice. Anyhow, it's been great sharing this time with you. If you want to be a part of our group, Creating Your Own Healthy Truth, I'm trying to get that up and going. I post videos, articles. You know, it's an educational platform for anybody who wants to learn more about health and eating and finding their voice or whatever it may be. You know, it's all tied into our health. You know, we think it's all about the food, but all these emotional triggers that linger in the background have everything to do with it. So anyway, yeah, so go on over there. You just have to answer a couple of easy questions. You know, are you wanting to learn more? You know, would you like to get my free gift? I mean, it's a no-brainer, but I just want to make sure the people that come into the group are really serious about learning, and we can have an exchange in there. So anyhow, have an awesome 4th of July weekend. It's going to be a little different this year, I'm sure. And but whatever you do, be safe and respectful of others, right? So make it a great day for you and for someone else. See you next Monday. Bye.